they have not yet made the argument for why it is a better choice in the face of what people have been saying than raising debt that you pay. But fundamentally also, both debt and the income from collateralization, what we have seen in terms of the management by governments is really a non-accountable use of revenue raised internally and on the international market. Even more reason why, therefore, it is important to protect the option that future governments who may be better managers of our resources have the option to do so. And let's face it, there's nothing inherently wrong in development financing being approached in a conservative way. What we have seen consistently where across the board, everything is being collateralized. Get Fund, there's an attempt to amend the Petroleum Revenue Management Law to collateralize the Heritage Fund. Ghana is not an investment bank which generates its returns through speculative activity. Public finances, in general, tend to be managed with a lot of caution because big risks, if they fail, lead to big problems. So it's important also to get into the mindset which is driving this assumption that somehow a development banker's approach is the best approach to development financing. And this thing doesn't come out enough. Mr. Kenuforiata may be a very good development banker, but on the evidence of how the public finances have been managed, the debt levels, and the constant looking for ways to mortgage tomorrow's revenue, we need to ask questions about it.
Finally, will Parliament be the salvation of Ghanaians, or will it be the courts? If you look at something like e-levy, which was roundly opposed but still managed to go through, realistically, where does civil society think succor will come from in this case?
Well, civil society believes that all avenues should be explored. Parliament definitely is an avenue that the government has promised to use after showing that the relevant revisions and so on have been made. The courts remain an option for citizens, even if some people may be feeling that there may not be, there may be an inbuilt majority and so on. But we believe that all options should be explored. But ultimately, we believe that if more people express their opinion on basically, not even a recycling, but a reintroduction of something that was discredited, and the discredit being so big that the government was forced to retreat. If all those voices begin to remember the basis on which they opposed it and raise their voices again, I'm sure that there are even people on the ruling party side, we know this, who are keeping quiet, and they hope that there'll be enough of a furore that will strengthen them to also speak. And we think MPs, people in the other political parties, leaders of influential public institutions, it's important for them to speak, because this is not only about today's generation, but the future generation, because minerals are non-renewable resources. So inherently, therefore, they should be managed with the greatest caution to be sure that steady value is retained for today and for tomorrow.